Hey, Angela Campbell here. I am back for video number 3 again. I'm the founder of our Freedom Macro Society, and I'm so excited that you're here if you've made it this far. In video 1 of the series, remember I taught and I showed you why diets fail and a little bit of how the Freedom Macro method works and where it was born from. In video 2, I showed you what is possible for you and proof that real women just like you are having amazing results with what we teach them and how we simplify the whole thing. And so today's video, I want this to be hands-on. I want to give you a quick do it right now taste test of the coaching. I want you to leave this video with a simple plan that you can actually start today. Whether you do anything else from here on out, this is where you could start, right? So what we're gonna do today in 10 minutes or less, my goal is to be less than that 10 minutes. I wanna build your 10-minute routine, your 10-minute macro, let's call it a macro map. A little bit of a map, which is a mini version of what we do inside of the macro, the Freedom Macro Society. So grab a pen, get a notepad, pause this video if you need to so you can grab those things and let's do this. All right, so step 1, here's what I want you to do. I want you to find your baseline, okay? And so you can pause this video and actually do this exercise and then come back and finish out the rest of the steps or map out the steps and complete it all at once. You do you, however your brain works best. But step 1, we're gonna find your baseline. So what I want you to do, either use the app, I love MyFitnessPal, it's the one we use, but you can use whichever app that you choose, or just get your old school pen and paper and write down yesterday's food. And do the best you can. I know so many of us will look back at yesterday and be like, I don't even know what today is, much less what I ate yesterday, right? That we're gonna fix that. We're gonna fix that with this stuff, okay? So write down yesterday's food, zero judgment, no looking to be perfect, nobody's gonna judge you or yell at you or point any fingers, okay? Now what I want you to do is go back to that list of the foods that you wrote down that you ate yesterday. And I want you to circle the protein sources. And if you're not really sure, this is where our community comes in, the society, because we help you, we teach you. But I want you to circle what you know what the proteins are. What meats did you eat? Did you have eggs? Did you have a protein shake? Okay, and then I want you to make a big star on any meals that you may have skipped. Did you skip meals? Are you running through life on survival mode and skipping meals because you're so busy, right? Okay, and now one of the other pieces, which is a big part of nutrition so many don't think about, is your water. I want you to next write down how many ounces of water do you drink on average? Or did you drink? Let's talk about the day before, yesterday. Okay, this matters crucial. This is very important. We fix what we see, but if we don't see or write things down, we have no idea how to fix it. Does that make sense? Everything starts with awareness. Stop guessing. I think I eat this much. How do you know if you don't write it down or track it of some sort, right? You do not have to track forever, but it is step 1 of awareness. It's crucial. Now, step number 2 is to set your target goals. And I'm going to teach you a crazy simple formula. All right, let's talk about your calories first. How many calories do you need? This is how we start you. Don't take your current weight of where you are. We take it to a whole nother level of simplicity. I just want you to start with where do you want to go? What is your goal weight? I want you to take your goal weight and I want you to times it by 10. Okay, so I always use 150 as an example because it's easy math. If you want to get to the goal weight of 150 pounds, then you're going to times that by 10, and that's going to get you 1,500 calories is your new calorie goal, okay? Now, the second thing that we want you to look at is your protein. We got to have a protein goal. This is the number 1 most important macronutrient we work on first and foremost. And your protein, now I want you to take that same goal weight, which is 150 or whatever your goal weight, and I want you to times it by 0.8. 0.8, okay? This is gonna be your minimum amount of protein that you need on a daily basis, okay? So 150 times 0.8 is 120 grams of protein. So if your first goal is to get to 150 pounds, then we're gonna start you at 1,500 calories and 120 grams of protein. Now here's where I want you to take your awareness and your new goal, and I want you to combine and see where you're at. So if you do a week of awareness or the day of awareness, and you are only eating 1,000 calories, but we want you at 1,500, here's how I want you to make that realistic. Okay, this has to be a realistic for you for it to work. Then I want you to take your awareness. If you're only at 1,000 calories a day, I just want you to add 200 to that. Does that make sense? So if your goal is 1,500 and your awareness, you've tracked and you're only eating 1,000, then I want you to bump that up to 1,200 and get consistent at 1,200 first. And then I want you to bump it up to 1,400. And then I want you to bump it up over that 1,500 mark, okay? Ease your way up to it so that it's not, oh my God, that's so much food. How am I supposed to eat it all, right? Some of you guys know exactly what I mean. So our mantra here is protein first, protein first, protein first. And we look at your average over perfection, okay? In the society, we teach you how to look at these things, and we'll go into a little bit more detail with that. I don't want to overwhelm you too much too fast. Okay, step 3 is I want you to practice pre-tracking. So what does that mean? Open MyFitnessPal. You have your calorie and your protein goal. Now I just want you to open it up, and I want you to plan tomorrow's day. I want you to plan tomorrow's day, like what is your protein going to be for your breakfast? One of my favorites to get me over 30 grams of protein, I'm going to tell you, it is usually 2 eggs, sometimes 3, and it's about 1/4 cup of cottage cheese, and it's also about 1/3 cup of, I love turkey sausage crumbles, and I scramble all that together, and you're getting over 30 grams of protein. There's a breakfast tip for you right there. Now plan your protein for your lunch. What sort of meat are you going to have for lunch? What sort of meat are you going to have for dinner? What are you going to eat for snacks? Snacks are great with shakes, deli meat and some cheese roll-ups are a great favorite. Roasted edamame is one of my favorite. Protein bars are okay once in a while. You don't want to eat them all the time because they all have the ingredients in them. But here's why I teach pre-tracking. It's because we are so busy, and to try to remember what we're going to eat is like, it's incredibly hard sometimes, and I get that. But at the same time, you also don't want to become obsessive over your food and think, oh God, I just ate something, I got to stop and put it in my phone. No, pre-track and pre-plan. It's also going to set you up for success, and then you don't have to track throughout the day. You see where I'm going here? Now, this is a practice that you build up to. So I'm not telling you to be perfect right out of the gate right now, but I do encourage you, step 3, try to pre-track a day. And then step 4, this is kind of like an extra hack. Take time. I always say slow down so you can speed up. And what do I mean by that is slow down and do a little bit of planning. So make a list of protein go-tos for yourself. What are some meats you like? What are some protein sources that you like? What are some snacks that you can eat? What are all these things, right? Make a list so that you have something to grab from, or just join the society because we have all these laid out for you already, along with some other things. Okay, and then step 5, I'm going to go ahead and give this to you. I thought about taking it away because I don't want to overwhelm you. Step 5 is plan your fruits and veggies. We got to get fiber, ladies. So protein first, fiber is the next number I usually focus on. Try to make sure you're getting at least 2 fruits and 2 veggies, okay? So when you go to pre-track your meal, pre-track your protein for all of your meal first. And then go and make sure you're adding 2 fruits somewhere throughout your day and 2 veggies. And then see where you are and see what you have left, and then we fill in the blanks, okay? We're gonna teach you that inside the society, so don't freak out if you're already like, Angela, you lost me, I'm already overwhelmed. Cool, then just go back to the first 2 steps in this video. All right, so here's how I want you to look at where your success is, how to measure your success. If you take me up on these steps and you actually do it, I want you to look at how much water did you drink. Is it more than you did before? The other part that I want you to see as a win is, did I get at least within 10 grams of my protein? And if you did, celebrate the hell out of that. And know that that's enough to celebrate, okay? It's important for you to celebrate along the way, okay? So again, remember, inside our Freedom Macro Society, we teach you all these things. It is a judgment-free community where you can come ask all the questions you want. Our founding bonuses, where we're gonna give you a guide that I personally created about meal prepping in 30 minutes or less. I also have a new guide, which I'm so stoked about, which is 10 ChatGPT prompts to help you do the planning and put some meals together based on what you already have in your fridge. You're gonna get our consistently growing training vault on all these things to help you be successful. And if you actually took these steps with me today and you actually wrote it down and you actually planned it, then you're already a step ahead. You're already taking the very first step. So join me inside of the Freedom Macro Society so we can cheer you on, so we can support you, so we can do all the things. So what do you do next? Click below, join as a founding member at the lowest price that you will ever see it. It'll never be this cheap again, I promise. It's totally worth it and then some. And I cannot wait to cheer you on the inside. See you inside the Freedom Macro Society.